Chapter 14 is entitled Gospeling Peace with King Jesus. And this is where we really want to let the rubber meet the road. I mean, if we're discussing for 13 chapters, basically, how the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but the gospel's cool, the gospel holds out hope, a lot of people are then like, okay, wow, so what do we do?
In Ephesians 2:17, it says, "And he came and preached peace to those who were far and those of you who are near."
Right. He came and gospeled peace.
He gospeled peace, so he embodies the gospel.
And he is our peace.
Yes, yes.
We're told in the same chapter.
Yes, yeah. Christ is our peace. Christ makes peace. Christ preaches peace. Ephesians 2:14, 15, and 17.
Right.
So here we're getting into actual things that we can do in this chapter.
Right. Actual principles that we can begin to use to make good on some of these things. Like, okay, so what's the upshot? What does it mean? How does this hit the streets? How does this come into church? How does this come into my life? How does this come into community? Right here and right now at, I think, a really critical moment in time. And a really critical moment, particularly for the United States. But, I mean, really the implications go beyond us because for better or worse, we hold a lot of power in the world. And we hold a really outsized influence in global Christianity and the church. So this is important. And it's important for the future, I think, of our society. But even if our society should fail and our empire should fall, the most important thing is that we as Christians live with integrity to the gospel, that we know what it is to belong to Jesus before we belong to the United States, before we belong to the evangelical church, before we belong to anything, that we know what it is to have the allegiance, the loyalty, which truly liberates, which allows us to maintain our witness, come what may.